This is my son Aurelio. He's 9 years old. He came to training 1 year, and he's so happy. He's very strong, and it's very good kid.
More confidence. I can tell you this much, and he'll probably kill me if the kids knew, but he didn't ever want to sleep in his own room. Since he's been taking the class, he sleeps in his own room now.
How old is he?
He's 6.
He's 6. And how long has he been training?
2 weeks now.
2 weeks. Great.
Clearly there's an element to karate training that's fairly rough and tumble, and although our policy here, our philosophy here is a safety first philosophy, fast on the heels of that is a philosophy that the rough and tumble element is necessary. For one thing, it's an activity that kids can relate to, inner city kids, and that they'll respect.
Hey, makes its way, bow, hey! Makes each other bow, hey! Hey, see, that time on the clock? How do you say it? Hey,
the fuller contact activity actually tends to program tendencies towards violence out of the kids, because one of the greatest causes for violence among teens is lack of confidence. I mean, the ego and the attitude that comes out is because of fear.
In a tournament fight, this is a disqualification for an illegal technique. Let's give for the courage. Big round of applause, please.
Folks train here, and they become much stronger physically, and therefore much more confident. And we actually have a track record here of kids who have been fighters in public school who actually start walking away from fights as time goes on.
Karate training starts with courtesy and ends with courtesy. It's very, very important, and particularly today, because a lot of the martial arts that we see on TV has a lot of this kind of, yeah, I'm great. I'm going to beat you, this kind of attitude. But always in the dojo, in the Kyokushin dojo, you start, please, Germany, hey. There's no courtesy shown unless you hold the bow position for a second.
Different people benefit in different ways from the exact same training. You have kids who are aggressive and confident, who actually need to have some of that aggressiveness tempered out of them. And the training tends to make that group of kids a little bit more humble. You have a whole other set of kids who are timid, who don't consider themselves strong, and are therefore afraid sometimes and at risk of being bullied by other kids. And the training certainly makes that group stronger and more confident.
Well, he's 12 years old, and he's doing better now. He didn't start off doing so well, but I think since he set out for those 2 weeks, he's doing a little bit better now. I think he's understanding a little bit better now.
Good. Is he getting stronger and?
Somewhat. We got to work on that.
Yeah. How long has he been training?
He's been training for about 4 months now.
4 months. And how long have you been training?
Probably about 4 months.
So you both trained together?
Yes.
Good for you. Great. But you're not training tonight?
No, not tonight. Got the baby.
Okay.
Professionals that work in the field of juvenile delinquency prevention tend to categorize at-risk kids as either prevention or intervention kids either in need of prevention or intervention. At Ligo Dojo here, the Young Warriors program caters to both groups of kids. We get kids that are referred from the Department of Juvenile Justice who are clearly in need of intervention. And about 2/3 of our kids, the larger group, are younger. We have a good shot at that early age of getting our hooks into them early enough that by the time they get a little older, that we'll keep them out of trouble.
You guys, in the tournament we just went to this month in Maine, TJ was the champion up to 12-year-olds. And Chris Perez was the champion up to 14-year-olds.
We know, sadly, that the older folks get, the harder it is to correct to correct the behaviors, the negative behaviors that they're involved with. And sadly, most of the funding that exists for juvenile delinquency prevention is dedicated towards intervention. And one of the things that is exciting to me, particularly about the Young Warriors program, is that we have a wide range of funding that supports the younger prevention kids as well. Our 3 grants that we received this year that support the Young Warriors program mandated that we serve 64 kids, of which 20 were required to be court-referred kids. In actuality, we've almost served 100, and the year's not over yet, and 30 have been court-involved. We are often frustrated by the fact that we know there's a lot more work that we could do if we had the funding for it. Additionally, grants that we receive, there's no guarantee that we'll receive them the next year. On one hand, we're anxious to do more work because money is the only limiting factor that prevents us from reaching more kids. And on the other hand, we're anxious to have income channels in place that will keep our work going should we not receive some of the grants that we're currently receiving.
Giovanni y Gladys están muy alegres porque están viviendo el karate, se están superando mucho y les encanta venir aquí. Carol, ¿te gusta el karate? ¿Sí? Bueno, sí.